I've learned some things doing that riding, and I wanted to share those thoughts with you if you're considering putting these luggage racks on your bike. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Last fall, I installed the Zana International tail rack and pannier rack onto my KTM 390 Adventure. And the reason I did that was there wasn't a lot of options, luggage options out there at the time, and the price looked really good, and I thought I would give this a try because it fit more into what I was wanting out of some luggage. I've been riding with this luggage for the past 6 months, which has included a lot of off-road riding. As you can see, I've got some mounts for some soft luggage on here as well, and I've learned some things doing that riding, and I wanted to share those thoughts with you if you're considering putting these luggage racks on your bike, or if you already have them on your bike. So stick around and I'll talk about these racks and one of the things that you could do to improve your luggage. If you look on Zana International's website at the pannier rack for the 390 Adventure, you're going to see that it says that it's not intended for aluminum cases, and that's because the load capacity of these panniers is not really that high. If I was to guess, I would say 10 pounds each side would be about the max that I would want to put on that. Now, I've completely overloaded these and I've learned a few things. Now, I have the GV soft luggage that I've done a more recent review on, and unlike a lot of other soft luggage, it doesn't have a strap that goes over to the side to support its weight over the seat. So I think if you're using soft luggage that has the straps that go over the top, and you can put some of the load on the seat or on the rack itself, not the pannier, but the tail rack, you'll be okay. But if it's self-supported off of the pannier rack, you have to be careful what you load. When I was riding the Mojave, I had a bolt come out on the left side pannier, and it started sagging, and the weight of the pannier and everything else I had in there got it to bend a little. So I ended up having to come up with some way to support it, the pannier rack, off of the tail rack. So I ended up taking a long strap, wrapping it around as best as I could. That actually worked really well, which made me think that there's got to be a better way to support more weight on these panniers by strapping it to the tail rack. So what I did, I took a hose clamp. I think it's an 8-inch hose clamp. You could probably get away with about a 6-inch. One of the adjustable ones, and then some rubber bushing to put in there for some dampening, and strapped the pannier up to the tail rack to help lift it up and give it some more weight carrying capacity. So if you have the pannier rack, this is something I would recommend you do, just so that you have sufficient carrying capacity on here no matter what you load on there. And I've been riding this now for a few trips, which has included some pretty aggressive off-road riding, and I haven't had any issues. It's supported the weight. I've been loaded for camping for numerous days. So the tip in this video is to go ahead and use those band clamps, and I tightened it up as much as I could, and that has helped hold the load. Now, the reason I put this rubber bushing in here to help pad the way the clamp runs around both the tail and pannier rack is to keep the hose clamp from rubbing through the metal on both of the racks. So by putting that bushing in there, it keeps that from rubbing, and then it also gives it a little bit of cushion and a little bit of suspension, so to speak. If the stuff's moving up and down, it has a little bit of give to it. All right, the tail rack. It has functioned exactly as it's supposed to. It's worked great. I've got a small bag tucked on here, and it's done everything that I needed it to. When I go out camping, I usually put a duffel, a dry bag right here, and then I have some room to hang some other stuff off the back if I want to, just some miscellaneous things. There's not a lot I can say about it. The only things that I have found is the plastic inserts on the ends of the tail rack. One of them is broke off, but that's not a big deal. The only other thing that I think would have been nice is if the tail rack had been drilled for Rotopax mounts. Just if I wanted to put a gallon of water on the back or even a gallon of gas, it'd have been nice to put that. Now, I could still drill those in if I wanted to, but it's not pre-drilled. I don't know how big a deal it is. I haven't used Rotopax in quite some time. But the tail rack functions exactly as it was designed to and works perfectly. I hope you found this video useful, especially if you're interested in the Zana International pannier or tail rack, or if you already have these. I gave you a quick tip on how to increase the carrying capacity on your panniers. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. If you have this, the pannier or the tail rack, and you have your own experience with it, leave those in the comments below as well. Hopefully the weather is good where you are at. Get out, do some riding, be safe, and I will see you out there.